Hello everyone. Now I built this diorama actually quite a long time ago, I think a couple years, but I never really shared it. I've showed a couple of painting tutorials regarding the weathering, but I've never showed it in its entirety. So this is it. It's a master grade pad label Ingram 2, and it's a really old kit. I found it in a thrift store in Japan, or it might have been Mandarake, but I got it secondhand basically. And I found it really unique because it's a 1 to 48 scale. No, it's a 1 to 24, so it's huge. And it's really hard to find a 124 pad label Ingram these days. So I decided to pick it up. And this was when I was a little less experienced with diorama and scenery. So you can see that the ground is a little haphazard, doesn't really have much of a theme in it. I cut up little sheets of plastic bag as ground litter. I put in leaves, coffee powder, and things like that. So just all random mishmash of debris. And I basically just put it in, and this was in the days where I was still, getting to grips with adding lights. So I did add lights, but in addition to that, I bought this kit because it is the kit with the illuminated police flashing lights, and you access it through the back. That wire was added later, and that's actually what I added. But this module itself that you screw in is actually a battery pack and circuit board for the lights. Now, if I turn down my table light, you see that actually it's got some very nice flashing police lights. In addition to that, you can see what is here is actually a string of Christmas lights. And I put the battery pack in the base. And if I turn that on as well, you see that I actually have some very nice adjusted for exposure, some very nice headlights, and also a sensor light in the head. So this is what I did with a master grade pad label, and it was quite a fun kit. I would recommend that you get this if you do see it out in the wild. I had a lot of fun doing really simple basic stuff like the modulation of the white paint where it gradiates from light to dark, and I sort of refined this style lately, but I like to light it from the bottom where it's lighter below and darker above. And then I did a lot of very cool weathering effects as well. And you can see, I'll zoom in slightly, where I did some nice hand-painted weathering and chipping as well. The chipping is done with a sponge, and then a lot of the highlight and detail on the chipping was done with hand brushing. It comes with two figures as well, and the cockpit is still accessible even though it's a little bit difficult. I just opened it this morning, so I know it's accessible. And you see I've got some haphazard wiring on the inside, just hidden in there, but generally this is the Ingram 2, and it's a fun little kit. I think the real difficulty was threading that Christmas wire all the way in, and then deciding whether I wanted to light it from the bottom and then go through, or light it through the backpack and out into the top, because it needed a light in the head. It needed to end there or begin there and then just branch out throughout the body. So that was a little bit difficult to decide. You can see some of my early attempts at tinting the plastic, and I did this by hand brushing orange clear paint over there. In hindsight, I should have done this with spray, but I did not. So in hindsight, it kind of got a little bit messy and I kind of smeared paint all over the place. But this is actually quite a fun little project, and I decided to take it out because I was going to put it into storage, and before I did, I wanted to sort of document it and talk a little about it. I like the kit a lot. It's not nearly as detailed as the newer pad labels, the newer Ingrams, but it is very charming in the sense that it's got a lot of flat areas for you to do nice nice hand brushing and decals. It's also got the articulated holster, which I really love. It also comes with a couple of accessories. It's got the... Oh, I can't stand this. So if you don't know, I live on the ground floor, and living on the ground floor is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes when you have people in the background, but yeah. Anyway, it's got the nightstick that I'm not going to try and break it. It's got a nightstick, it's got a shotgun as well, which I've repurposed for something else. But yeah, really, really great kit. Do get it if you ever see it. And I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough. Take care. Bye-bye.